So I was in therapy for years while I was going through a divorce. And then once I learned what coaching was, I was coached for years. And I found in my therapy sessions that they started becoming very disempowering because what I was doing was rehashing everything that was wrong in my life. And in the coaching sessions, I ended up becoming hooked by everything that was being revealed in them. And I started confusing coaching with therapy. And before going into coaching sessions, I started generating all these problems to be solved. And ultimately, I began losing my innate ability to help myself. Now, through this time, I still kept learning spiritual teachings, and they resonated with me on this deep, soulful level. And then I was guided to figure out what my values were, and I got super excited because I knew what my values were. And ultimately, I didn't know how to experience those spiritual teachings that I was learning. And ultimately, the values that I knew about, they were just words. I didn't know how to live them. And it wasn't until I reached a really low point in my life, and isn't that always the case when transformation is about to happen? It wasn't until I reached this low point in my life when I discovered acceptance and commitment training, and everything that I've been learning and experiencing started to come together. I learned to rediscover and to discover what values really are. And so as an example, one of my biggest values is courage. I learned that I can act with courage over and over and over again, whether or not I'm feeling courageous. And this is hugely powerful for me. And I also learned that values can guide and inspire and motivate us. And they have helped me unhook from this strong cultural programming that says that future goals are the most important thing. And all of this work has helped me create a vibrant and meaningful and rich life where I'm living a value of creating deep intimacy in all my relationships, in my purpose, and with myself. And I learned to understand the spiritual teachings better. And even more beautifully, I learned practical skills to use that understanding in order to help me live in my valued direction and to not be controlled by my mind, which is always going to throw up some kind of obstacle. In this work, I have become my own coach. And then I had this awareness. I'm supposed to teach other people these self-empowerment skills. I'm supposed to teach them how to become their own coaches. And the first step in doing this is discovering what your values are. And so I'm offering a free hour-long value direction discovery session over Zoom. And in this session, yes, you will discover what you want, but most importantly, you will discover your values. You will discover the way you want to act as you move towards those goals. This means knowing your values means you're acting as the person you most want to be, what you want to stand for in life, no matter what is happening. And that brings me to another part of the session, the obstacles. We discover what the obstacles that crop up as you realize what you value and what you want to move towards and the obstacles will always show up, especially when you're moving towards living a bold life. And it's just the mind's way of trying to help us. The mind is always going to throw up these things to try to keep us safe, and it's going to inspire us to do things to get rid of the obstacles that are really unhelpful and ultimately make things worse. So another part of the session will be me talking about the self-empowerment skills that I teach and that I live that allow us to handle all the obstacles that get in our way. And if it is energetically right, I will ask you if you would like to work with me in a coaching relationship to begin learning and experiencing the self-empowerment skills to become your own coach. Your yes and your no will be completely respected. The bottom line is you will leave the session knowing what your values are, how you want to act, what you want to stand for the rest of your life. Now, if you are interested in having this session with me, if you are really interested, and you're looking at this video from my newsletter email, just hit reply to the email and say you'd like to have the session, and I will respond back to you to set up a time to have it. And if you're seeing this video anywhere else, just email me at lauren@laurenmalloy.com Put discovery session in the subject line, and then within the body of the email, say you'd like to have the discovery session, and I will email you back to set up a time. So until next time, much love.